Attention business owners. Are you interested in buying your commercial space instead of paying rent to somebody else? This is the video series for you. If you're on this video right now, we've had a lot of videos prior that really walk you through the process step by step. Feel free to start at the first one, watch a few at a time. I know it feels daunting and it's a lot of information, but at the end of the day, this is an awesome opportunity for your business, but something that is going to require a lot of thought and a lot of analysis, and it's something you don't want to do lightly. So this video is really kind of the end of this initial series. So we just finished talking about due diligence. As I said, there's a lot to that. Really, at this point is right before you're getting ready to close. You want to ask yourself, how can I add value to this commercial real estate? You know, we've been through all these other earlier videos. At this point, you're feeling good about the building. You know what it's going to cost to remodel. You understand your loan. You've evaluated the all-in expense versus leasing. You're feeling great about this building. One more thing to ask yourself before you close is, how are you going to add value to this building? So essentially, you're going to buy it for your own use, which is awesome. There's a ton of benefits to that we've talked about in earlier videos. But you want to ask yourself, are the changes I'm going to make to this building going to make it worth more or less than it is currently? You know, sometimes people will buy a building and sort of just kind of run it into the ground, not really take care of it. You don't want to be in a situation where your building is worth less than you bought it for. And one way to sort of hedge against that risk, of course, the market can change and prices can go up and down. But if you make a couple of strategic improvements, you can improve the value of your real estate. And that way it gives you a little bit of safety from, changes in the market and changes to prices. So a couple things to think about are layout improvements. Let's say the building has a bunch of tiny private offices, or a bunch of, let's say, pony walls, like half-length pony walls, and those are really out of style. Nobody likes those anymore. Think about what you can do to the layout to make it work for your business, make your employees happy, but it's just going to make it generally more appealing and modern and something that other businesses are going to want. Doing layout improvements like that get rid of something that's not very useful, or let's say it needs a conference room, adding a conference room. Do things that are good for your business, but you think could also be good for other businesses on the off chance that you had to sell. The thing that a lot of people do, and this is kind of a no-brainer, is a cosmetic remodel. That's essentially, repainting, doing new flooring, maybe putting, new, kitchen appliances in your break room, all that sort of stuff. It isn't always expensive, but it really does make a huge impact. When you walk in somewhere and it's like 1980s stained, gross carpet, and the whole thing just feels drab, adding some new paint and some new flooring, new LED lights, all those sort of things can really improve the value of your building. Once again, when you're doing something in your building, ask yourself, am I going to make this building worth more or less? Obviously, you want to replace old systems. We talked about in due diligence, you want to keep an eye on HVAC and roof. If they're working fine, you don't necessarily want to go out and replace those immediately. But if you get to a point where you put a new roof on, that's going to sting. That's going to be a very expensive line item. But having a building with a brand new roof really does add a lot of value. Imagine if you had to put that building back on the market, you're going to be able to point everyone to the brand new roof you put on, maybe a 10 or 15-year warranty. And that new person that buys the building knows that they don't have to worry about that roof for 10 or 15 years. There's obviously some value in that. The other thing that people will forget about is landscaping. Landscaping isn't always expensive. It's something that you can do yourself, or hire someone relatively affordably. But the outside of your building is the first thing people see when they come in. And so anyone that might be interested in buying your building down the line, they're going to see the landscaping first. And I've seen some buildings that are very nice on the inside, but the landscaping just looks terrible. And people kind of come through the front door with a preconceived notion. And I think we all expect people can look at a building like a blank canvas and sort of look through the shortcomings. But the reality is a lot of people can't. And, if they see ugly landscaping out front, they're going to come in and not think the building is worth quite as much as it really could be. And landscaping is a good way to kind of set that first impression. Once again, when you're making these improvements, think about, is this going to make the building worth more? If you're doing things that are specifically for you that you don't think anyone else will utilize, That's okay. Commercial real estate for business owners is meant to be a long-term investment. But overall, think about, am I spending dollars on something that makes this building worth more? That's how you add value. Big picture, is there a way to, fence a yard so that there's extra storage space outside? Is there a way to, cut a large private office into 2 private offices? Like, are there things that you can do that makes the building better than how you bought it? That's really what this is focusing about. And this is something you should think about before you close, but of course, something you're going to continue to think about as long as you own the building. So just a reminder, think about how you can add value to your commercial real estate once you've bought it and moved in. Thank you so much for watching this video series. I know that there's a lot of videos here. There's a lot to think about, but just keep in mind, it's one step at a time. If you have a good commercial real estate broker, they should be able to guide you and help you through a lot of this. So at the end of the day, buying a commercial building instead of paying rent to someone else is an awesome financial decision and something that can really do a lot for your retirement. But it's not easy. It takes time and it takes a lot of analysis. So thanks for hanging in there and watching. This is Commercial Real Estate Explained. We help business owners make informed decisions about their commercial real estate. I'm Dave Carlson with Carlson O'Connell Commercial Real Estate. Contact us anytime. We love talking about this stuff. So thanks and have a great rest of your day.